Hi, I'm Michael from Takumi Go. In this video, I will bring you the news from the World Go tournament, Quzhou Lanke Cup 1, 2, and 3, and then we will go through some highlights of these professional games. In the second round, there are 8 games, while 5 games were competition between Chinese players and Korean players. Korean won 3 games of 5. You can see the number in the blanket is the ranking in their own country. So Wang Xinghao, the Chinese player who ranked the 18th, beat Win Sang-gi 9 dan, who is ranked in the 3rd place in Korea. In the LG Cup last year, Win Sang-gi lost Quzhou and cried during the game. I think some of you may remember the scene. I think he may need to participate in the army soon, due to the law of Korea. So the chances for him to get a world championship become more and more difficult. Then Quzhou 9 dan beat Park Jung-won 9 dan, while An Sun-jun 9 dan beat Tao Xin-ran 9 dan. An Sun-jun is not very famous, but he ranked around 7 to 10 for actually quite a long of time, maybe more than 5 years. So he is actually a very powerful player too. I remember him beat Quzhou 9 dan when Quzhou was in his prime years, maybe around 2018 something. Then he joined the army and his ranking dropped a bit late after that, but now he becomes stronger again. The game between Shin Jinseo 9 dan and Ding Hao 9 dan is the spotlight of round 2, as Ding Hao got the LG Cup this year. Shin Jinseo and Ding Hao are the 2 youngest world championships now. Unfortunately, Shin Jinseo kind of slaughtered Ding Hao in the game. Then Park Jun-hao 7 dan beat Se Er-hao 9 dan. For other games, Tan Xiao 9 dan, Lian Xiao 9 dan, and Li Weiqing 9 dan beat their opponents and got to the 3rd round. Let's have a look to some of the games. Shin Jinseo 9 dan won Ding Hao 9 dan. Ding Hao has fabulous fighting skill, as I have introduced one of his games before. But in this game, Ding Hao did not have a chance to fight with Shin Jinseo, and Shin Jinseo has better understanding in territories and fakeness. He won the game by excellent analysis. Shin Jinseo mastered so many skills in Go. These skills make him very invincible. Then let's also take a look at the game of Park Jung-won and Quzhou 9 dan. This game, Park makes some mistake in the opening, then the game becomes very difficult for him, while Quzhou played so perfectly after getting an advantage. Quzhou is definitely in a good shape. I think he's the greatest challenge for Shin Jinseo in this tournament. Then let's get to round 3. In round 3, Park Jun-hao 7 dan won Wang Xinghao is a bit surprising. You may ask why it is surprising. The ranking of Park is higher than Wang, but although ranking of Park is higher and Korea have the best Go player in the world now, if we just compare the Go skills of ranking around 11 to 30 between Chinese players and Korean players, Chinese players are better, in my opinion. So the result of this game is actually a bit surprising, especially if that many Chinese have high hope to Wang Xinghao. As Wang was born in 2004, he is now 19 years old. They hope Wang could beat Shin Jinseo as soon as possible and to take over his place. So this result is a bit disappointed to Chinese netizens. Then Shin Jinseo has beat Li Weiqing by an impressive comeback. Tan Xiao 9 dan beat Lian Xiao to get the last spot of the semi-final. Tan Xiao is the world champion in 2017. After that, he married and his tournament result declined significantly. But in this tournament, he came back again. In the semi-final, could he bring us some surprise and beat Shin Jinseo 9 dan would be what many Chinese looking forward to. After round 3, there are 50 games between Chinese players and Korean players. Korean won 9 of them. And the key is Shin Jinseo. If Korea don't have Shin Jinseo, then Korea will not have an advantage. But as Korea have the best player now, Korea have a bit of advantage in the World Tournament. This is the schedule for semi-final on 10th of May. To be honest, I think both the players with higher ranking could get into the final. Shin Jinseo and Quzhou is obviously a bit better than their opponent, as Shin Jinseo will play against Han Xiao and Quzhou will play against Park Gen-hao 7 Dan. But there would always be some surprise in Go tournament, so let's check it out. Then I will now go through the highlights of round 3. First, let's take a look at the game of Quzhou 9 Dan and An Sun-jeon 9 Dan. Firstly, there is a beautiful Tetsuji here. We may have a look. Here, at this moment, White played this move. The reason why White played it here is that he thinks that if White played the Hane and Black played the Hane, then White surrounded not enough territories, and Black have a bigger moyo. So White would not like to play a Hane. But if White don't play any move and to Tenruki, then this kind of jump would still be quite effective. Then White chose to play at this point. I think this move looks a bit strange, but he is asking if Black will play something like this. This move looks like he is cutting the White, but this is only a damage without any point. So if White plays some move like this, then White may surround some, may also create a moyo on the upper side. Here, Black played an interesting move. He played it here, which is also the best move suggested by AI. Then this move is utilizing the ladder, so White captured the stone. If White cuts the Black, then Black could escape the ladder. After this capture, Black played this. I don't think White gained it in this exchange, but maybe this White's plan, I don't sure, but I think it's more interesting for Black. Then the key of the game is that White tried to get into the territories of Black. And here, Black played the Hane and then blocked it this way. After the block, Black already gained some territories on this side. Then White need to make a live shape on this area. After this diagonal move, White played an attach and then this clamp. But after Black connected, White could not break through the defense of the Black's moyo. White just hit and then make 2 eyes. Then this attach and this clamp did gain nothing, but helped the Black to block all the White stones. And White only surrounded a very few of points. The correct move for White here is to play something more simple. White should just play this hit, and after Black escape, White could again hit and play a tiger move. This tiger move is a center, because if Black played elsewhere, then White could cut and escape. If Black played here, White could capture this. If Black played this way, and then White could hit and capture the 2 Black stones again. So this is a center. Black could just play the tiger move, then White could connect. White surrounded a bit more territories, and there are some defects on this influence. I think this is typical move to leave the shape. So the attach and the clamp is a bit strange. I think White is very stressful, and I think White make these mistakes because it's too afraid of dying the group. After Black captured this white again need to play one move to leave the corner. Then black gained a significant advantage and win the game at last. Then another game I would like to take a look is the game between Park Geun-hao 7 dan with Wang Xinghao 8 dan. Here, black need to leave this group as there is only one eye if black win the call and connect. So black do not have any eyes now. Black need to try to make 2 eyes. After black leaves, white also need to take care of the group because white also do not have enough eye shape. So black played an attach here. This is a Tetsuji. If white played here, then black have a larger space. However, white played this Hane and this peep and then hit here. This move is very strong and black overlooked it. Why black overlooked it is that black thought that there is a double Atari, but this double Atari is no use because white could connect this stone, and after black capture this, white just need to hit and then connect. Then there would be no any use for the double Atari. Similarly, if black try to escape first, then after white connect, if black hits here, white capture this, black capture this, then white could just play this jump and connect all the stones. So black faced a very huge problem. Luckily, black still have some kinds of Tetsuji, which is this Hane. This Hane is a Tetsuji. Normally, white need to play this Hane and then connect in order to cut the black group. But now, this extend is effective. After white connect, black bend, white play this clam. If black just play the Hane, white could win the capturing race by this hit and connect. Black only has 2 liberties and white has 3 liberties. However, black could play this extend, and after white connect, black could play here a Tetsuji. Then white could not cut at this point because there is not enough liberty. So after the connect, indeed, black could capture the 3 white stones. However, AI think that after black capture these 3 white stones, white could just escape, or white may also capture this. The reason is that after white escape, black still need to play one more move to leave the group. Otherwise, if white win this call and capture this stone, there is only one eye for the group. So white would still be a very easy game. In the real game, white played this, and black played this to connect back. Although black seems could connect all the stones with this side. However, there is still a problem of core. White may start a core when there is enough core threat. But now white do not have enough core threat, white played elsewhere and black played this to finish the core. So black use one more move to solve the core and white play one more move outside. Black also suffers some loss of points at this corner. The correct move for black at this moment is to play this tiger mouth. Then after the exchange, white will escape. The difference is that white have less points at the corner as there is still push and the climb, and there would be a lot of core threat for this core. So this would be a much better result for the black. In the real game, I think black did not notice that white have this Hane, this peep, and then hit here. He ignored that this double Atari is indeed not important, or this capture is not important, as this capture would not bring any eyes for the black group. After the fight here, white gained an advantage and lastly win the game. The last game and the spotlight of round 3 is the game between Shin Jinseo and Li Wei-qin. In this game, we could see that in most of the time, white is in an advantage. However, black at last win the game. The reason is that although white have an advantage in terms of win rate, white need to utilize the problem of the black's group. According to AI, white need to try to make an capturing race by white 1 and 3. After this move, this will become a capturing race, and through the capturing race, white could gain a lot of advantage and win the game. After white played here, we could find that this group of black do not have any eyes. Or black could of course make an eye here, but white have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 liberties, and after white cut, black would in danger. So after white played here, black need to try to connect outside, then white could play a center again, and white could try to cut the black group. Although black could win the capturing race, white could gain a lot of benefit by dividing the black group. This is the chance for white to win the game, as white did not notice the defects of the black group. Black get the chance to play the diagonal move to connect the black's group. After this connect, black finally won for a few points. In the middle game, black played a lot of strong move to fight with the white, and indeed, white also played very good. In most of the time, white have an advantage, but at last, white could not spot black's defect and lose the game. You can see this harness, this clamp, really powerful. Of course, according to AI, this kind of move do not have much use, but black tried to escape all the stones as possible. After this kind of exchange, black played a nice move, escaped this 3 stone, escaped this 3 stone. He tried his best to play a comeback and finally won the game. It's very impressive. It's a very complicated game, but I recommend you to take a look and study the game. So these are quick review and highlights of the round 2 and 3. We'll see you in the review of semi-final. Thank you for watching.